How could comparing yourself help you in life? Hello and welcome. And today I'll be talking about comparing yourself and if you should, to what. Now, comparing yourself to others is actually not the best thing to do, but comparing yourself to former self of yours is the best thing you can do. And that is the only type of comparison I will ever make. Ever. And I can say that I am better than the previous version of me, the one that, from a couple of months ago, from a couple of years ago, I'm better than that, and I'm happy about that. But if you want to become even better, all right, just be slightly better than your current situation. Once you get to that point, then life gets magical, okay? Or you can even do this, okay? Whatever you're feeling, just try to feel a tad better every single moment. Because if you pull that part off, okay, nothing will stand in your way. Nothing can limit you other than yourself. So that is the most important thing that anyone can ever do. Master themselves. That is why we always hear do the inner work so that the outer work can be done easily. I don't know if that's the saying, but what I know that I've heard is how you feel inside will be reflected on the outside. So if you want your reality to shift and to get better, work on yourself first and foremost to make sure that you are on the right track. And that is when you need to compare yourself to something. You should compare yourself to what you were a day ago. Or when I'm feeling really, really, really low, I compare myself to what I was 16 years ago, like right after my accident. And then I can be like, okay, well, yeah, I'm better because I'm neither in an induced coma, hit by a car, having broken bones, internal bleeding, none of that. Okay? So if it'll help you, you can use that as an example. But the ultimate thing is you need to find something that you can be like, okay, I'm not like I used to be then, right? So, and if you get that down, all right, and if you become so good at this that you no longer compare yourself to others and that you actually just compare yourself to a former version of yourself, like a better version of yourself. Now, this might be in the past or in the future, depending on where you are. Everyone's situation is different. But if you are currently in a situation you do not appreciate about yourself, all you need to do is find a past version of yourself that you do appreciate and use that as a leverage to pull yourself towards that reality. Okay? And this is something that Christopher Duncan, a coach of mine, talks about. It's having something to work towards. But you need to make sure that when you are working towards that, all right, you have something to balance you out. Because Christopher Duncan, okay, utilizes the example of a elastic band, I think. Yes, in his book, okay. In his book, You Are Not Broken. Yes. So he says it this way, all right? If you have a rubber band, all right, and you pull it one way, what happens? The band will follow, right? Because it's a loop, okay? And I'm paraphrasing at this point. But so you would have two extremities. The having it and the not having it, or the not having it and the having it, right? I'm not sure what you guys see in any case. So, and when you're like, well, I want this, so this is where I'm at, and I want to create this in my reality. So what will happen is that you try to pull yourself. So your elastic band is keeping you to the current reality that you find yourself in. But when you are in the current reality and you want something that is currently outside of you, the rubber band is going to keep pulling you back to what you were before. Okay? Because there is something attaching you to the current reality that you are experiencing. But if you take out the current reality and you talk only of what you want to create, and you just create it because you love it, then you'll be able to move towards it much more easily, right? So ultimately, instead of concentrating on where you are, concentrate on where you want to go, okay? And work towards that. Like, I mean, I can attest to this, okay? So after my accident, when I woke up from my induced coma, and I was like, I saw the reality I was in, the state I was in, and I was like, I want to get better. And I gave myself the objective of 5 years to be like nothing ever happened in 5 years. Okay? And so I worked towards it. It took me 7 to get back to what I used to be before the accident. But I got there. Okay? But at the 5-year point, I was like, I'm not where I want to be. My current reality is not exactly what my desired reality. My current reality is not my desired reality. Things are not working well. This is a big mistake. I shouldn't have done that and whatnot. So I gave myself a week of wallowing in my own misery, if you can say that. And I said, okay, I'm going to give myself a week to like pity myself. And then I have to get back on my horse and get back to trying to get to where I want to get to. It didn't even take a week. I was like, damn, this is too hard. I'm going to go towards it like right now. Like, I don't like this feeling. It's just so made my skin crawl. I was like, no. So what I want you guys to remember is whatever the objectives you have and that you want to accomplish, okay, whatever it is, whatever you're comparing yourself to, just know that if you concentrate on the reality you want to create, your desired reality, all the time, and you compare yourself to your desired reality all the time, you are going to make your desired reality a current reality. But you have to make sure that you are keeping yourself locked in on that. And that's how I got to where I am today. Okay, I was able to recreate this in my reality because I was fixated on the fact that I would get better. And not only better, like perfection. Like, if I didn't tell you that I was hit by a car, you would never know. And I like it like that because that's what I wanted. I wanted to look like nothing ever happened in 5 years. It took me 7, but I worked towards it. And now, 16 years later, I still look like nothing ever happened. Which means that the rubber band that was keeping me like attached to the current reality that I was living in 16 years ago broke because I only focused on the desired reality I wanted to create. I hope that makes sense. If not, ask questions and it'll be my pleasure to answer. So, what is a desired reality you want to make your current reality? Let me know.